This is CBC Here and Now.
Good evening and welcome to Here and Now. I'm Carolyn Stokes.
And I'm Anthony Germain. We start tonight with a verdict, first-degree murder.
A jury has found Trent Butt guilty of killing his 5-year-old daughter. Here and Now's Mark Quinn joins us now live from Supreme Court in St. John's. Mark?
The trial was before the jury came in. Trent Butt was there. He was brought in handcuffs and leg chains. He was very tense, obviously. He was quiet. There was no emotion from him. And Andrea Goss, Quinn Butt's mother, was also there. She was very emotional. Even before the verdict came in, she was crying and saying, please, please, please. And when the verdict came in, of course, the room erupted. There were cheers, there were tears, and there was even hyperventilating. People were really moved by that when the verdict came in. Andrea Goss, Quinn Butt's mother, spoke with the media outside of the courtroom, and here's some of what she said when she was asked why was it important to get a verdict of first-degree murder in this case.
There's so much more to this, and he's gotten away with so much with the court system, with everything. And if anything other than first would have came out, it would have just been another punch in the stomach.
So this verdict comes with an automatic life sentence with no opportunity for parole for 25 years. In 25 years, Trent Butt will be 65 years old. Now, his daughter Quinn Butt was 5 when she died in 2016. Crown lawyer Lloyd Strickland also spoke with reporters outside of court, and here's some of what he said.
We're satisfied that it's the proper verdict. We expected that there would be a finding of first-degree murder, and that's why he was charged with first-degree murder.
Now, of course, what happens next is that there's going to be a sentencing hearing. There's also going to be opportunity for the family to give victim impact statements. That sentencing hearing is on April 23rd. That's when they'll deal with the conviction on the charge of arson as well as the conviction on the charge of first-degree murder. And then, of course, that is almost 3 years to the day after Quinn Butt died. Live in St. John's, I'm Mark Quinn for Here and Now.
And as Mark reported, it was quite emotional for Andrea Goss and her family. They're on the steps of the courthouse today. And coming up in about 40 minutes, we'll hear more of what she had to say. Meanwhile, the RCMP say they spoke with Goss after the verdict came in. Corporal Peter Goss, who's not related to Quinn Butt's mother, says it was an emotional conversation. He says the force is pleased with today's outcome, with upwards of 30 officers working hundreds of hours on the investigation.
Any type of investigation concerning any type of death is always difficult, especially when you deal with a death of a child. And in this case, we are all parents, most of us, and we all have friends and family who have young children. So these types of investigations are sensitive, and it takes a toll on people, but we work diligently every day to get the best results.
The RCMP has a multitude of health and wellness services available to support the mental health of employees. A case like this, with the sudden and tragic loss of a young child, can take its toll on all involved. We encourage anyone who feels they have been impacted to seek help if needed.
Well, as we reported yesterday on Here and Now, taxpayers are covering the legal fees that MHA's billed during the so-called Howse harassment scandal. Well, today, one of the accused of that scandal, independent MHA Dale Kirby, is slamming that decision. A Toronto firm cleared Kirby of all the bullying allegations. He was found to have broken the MHA's code of conduct, though. And Kirby says the complainants should foot the bill, not the taxpayers.
All of the MHA legal fees and the fees associated with Mr. Chalk's involvement in this, the people should pay for that are Colin Holloway, Pam Parsons, Sherry Gambon Walsh and Tracy Perry. These are the people who concocted this pack of lies out of hostility towards myself and Eddie Joyce, and they should pay the full cost. I think $50,000 each would be fair.
Now we're going to have more on the cost of the bullying and harassment matter at the House of Assembly and just who is paying for who a little later in the show, including how the Justice Department and the Premier are responding today. That's coming up in about 20 minutes.
Temperatures are starting to climb across the province. You can see that here, 6 degrees in Terra Nova today. Those temperatures along the west coast quite warm as well, in about 4 degrees. And then up through Labrador, another warm afternoon today, or mild rather, sitting in the 0 degree range. Nain sitting in -7. Now, the reason why we're seeing these temperatures is because the next system is starting to make its way in. We're seeing some scattered snowfall that should change over to rain as we head through the night tonight. We've got a couple of warnings in place, rainfall warnings from Burgeo all the way through to the southern Avalon, and then Port aux Basques, or rather the Wreck House area, in a wind warning. Winds near 100 kilometers per hour as we head through the night tonight. Those are going to shift to more southwesterly, so we should see that wind warning ending. But as we head through the night tonight, that rain's going to move in, starting as freezing rain for most of the island. It's going to continue to spread east as we head through the day tomorrow with some heavy rainfall, as you just saw with those warnings. I'll have all the details on your full weekend forecast coming up. Carolyn?
Thanks, Ashley. Well, Sheila O'Leary won't be running for the NDP in the upcoming provincial election. Earlier this month, O'Leary said she'd challenge Lorraine Michael for the nomination in St. John's East Kitividi, but that plan went sideways yesterday when Michael stepped down so that the new party leader, Alison Coffin, can try for the seat. O'Leary says that caught her by surprise because key people in the party had known about her plans for a while.
I've served here for over 10 years, and that was what I made quite clear. All of that information was out there. So, look, the things have changed. The leader now is interested in running in that district, and so I certainly defer to the leader, and I'm stepping out of the race.
The Muskrat Falls inquiry resumed today in St. John's after a 2-week break, and this phase is all about why the cost of the project ballooned to nearly $13 billion. Well, today the inquiry heard from 4 people who worked on the site in Labrador. Here now Cease Hare reports.
The 4 have worked on major projects around the world, in the North Sea, Africa, Saudi Arabia, the Gulf of Mexico, Canada. They have expertise on construction jobs in project management, carpentry, electrical, and quality assurance. Planning, they say, or lack thereof, plagued Muskrat Falls from the beginning and throughout. At times, they say, it was so chaotic, there were too many people for the work required on the site, and at times, no tools to properly do what was required.
When you're preparing foundations for reception of concrete, okay, when we're out there actually using toilet brushes and windshield scrapers, okay, to clean rock.
The workers say the project was behind schedule from the get-go, and the partial build of a massive dome and its teardown set the project back about a year. It all led to an intense pressure to increase productivity, so much so, safety was affected.
We lost a beam, 40 ton. Nobody got hurt. We lost some roof trusses. Nobody got hurt. We dropped a crane. Nobody got hurt. We lost a draft tube. Nobody got hurt. We lost a rebar cage. Nobody got hurt.
The rush job, the workers say, also affected quality. And that's not all. Add to this a toxic work environment because Astaldi was placing unqualified people on the job site.
But it seemed like a person with no qualifications could come in as a carpenter. The next day he was a foreman. The next week he was a general foreman, and probably a couple of weeks after that he was a superintendent.
It wasn't all doom and gloom, though. One witness said in all of his years working around the world, the main camp at Muskrat Falls was outstanding. The inquiry resumes Tuesday. Cease Hare, CBC News, St. John's.
Well, a delicate recovery operation is underway in the White Rose oil field, about 120 meters under the sea. It's a recovery that could shed more light on what was behind the biggest oil spill in this province's history. Around 7 o'clock this morning, Husky Energy sent a pair of remotely operated vehicles down into the sea to pick up the faulty connector it says was behind last November's spill. The connector will be brought to shore to figure out why it failed, spilling 250,000 liters of oil into the ocean. The recovery is expected to be finished on the weekend.
Students in St. John's joined a global protest today. All over the world, young people speaking out about climate change and demanding that politicians take action. The movement is called Fridays for Future. Here Now's Meg Roberts was at the demonstration.
As you can see, hundreds of students have walked out of school today to protest at the bottom of the Confederation building. They're asking the government to do more in the fight against climate change.
So even though we may not be in the same political position that adults may be, we have a lot at stake in this movement. We have our whole future in this movement, and I think it's very important that we are speaking out at this time, and we continue to speak out for the rest of our future.
Yeah, it's definitely worth missing a few hours of class.
I think that it's important because we're in numbers, and I think there's power in numbers. And also, I think that the fact that climate change will be irreversible in 12 years is very scary. And I think that it's just really important to let everyone know that we want change.
We're the future voters of this country, and in 12 years, if we don't make a change, the irreversible effects will be forever. And in 12 years, I'll be 27. I'll be fully well, and that'll be the prime time of my life. So I want a future that's sustainable for my kids and my grandkids. And that starts now with numbers and people coming out and showing the government that we need change and we want it now.
As an Indigenous person, all of our traditions are rooted in the earth, and we owe everything that we have to our earth. Everything that we make, everything that we do, it comes from our earth. So it's only right that we try to protect her the way she does to us.
Do you think that the politicians are listening?
I think they aren't right now. We see the expansion of oil and gas in our province, and that's not sustainable. And as long as we keep raising our voice and keep putting these pressures on government and using our government rights, they have to listen.
Well, tens of thousands of students in more than 100 countries took part in these protests, including right here in Canada. So many students took part in Montreal alone that the morning classes at 6 high schools were cancelled. Similar rallies have been held on Fridays worldwide for months, but today's events had the biggest turnout. That's because today is the 15th and students wanted to draw attention to the 1.5 degrees Celsius warming cap that was a stated goal of the 2015 Paris Agreement. The rallies started last August after Swedish teenager Greta Thunberg skipped school to sit outside Swedish Parliament and call for action on climate change. The 16-year-old led a protest in Stockholm today. And for a lot of people, Patty's Day celebrations are getting underway right about now. But for a few Irish lovers, well, they started the party early today. They danced and sang their way through a big St. Patrick's Day fest this afternoon in Corner Brook. And that's where we sent Here and Now's very Irish reporter, Colleen Connors.
I think I found the biggest Irish party in Newfoundland and Labrador today, and it's happening at the seniors' home in Corner Brook, and that's where you're going to hear full band belting out the tunes, and there's even a bit of refreshments being served as well.
Green drinks and cupcakes were handed out to the 80 seniors. Many worked up a good appetite after a few scuffs on the makeshift dance floor.
The name of the band is Woody and the Peckers. Now that's pretty original. I spent about 30 seconds to come up with that one.
The band kept the traditional music going all afternoon.
I love the music, yeah, and I do love the way they're singing, and really do like it.
And so did most of the West Coast residents in this room, especially David Byrne.
So Byrne, now let me think. You got any Irish in you or what?
Yes, full-blood Irish.
No.
Full-blood Irish, yeah.
Even though Byrne didn't think he'd get an Irish whiskey today, he says he's still having a lot of fun.
I like to see the smile on the old ladies' faces. I love to see the old ladies smile.
These Irish smiles danced the afternoon away.
Happy St. Patrick's Day to everyone.
Colleen Connors, CBC News, Corner Brook.
The fact that they decided to pick up the tab for the people who caused this damage is astounding to me. That's like somebody paying somebody to come beat the windows out of your house.
Up next, former Liberal Education Minister Dale Kirby's take on the province's decision to pay all the legal fees racked up in the House of Assembly harassment scandal.
Weather update is brought to you by 811 Healthline. Medical advice, health information, mental health, and healthy eating. Dial 811. It's free and confidential.
Well, it was yet another beautiful day in St. John's. Mild temperatures, sunshine.
Certainly was, and it's getting so mild that our meteorologist has decided she has to go to Labrador.
Cool down.
To cool down a bit, yeah. So we're heading off to the big land. Is your first trip there?
I am, yes. I'm very excited to go. I'm going to cover the Labrador games, so that should be lots and lots of fun.
Yeah.
Perfect. So stay tuned for that next week. We'll see how Ashley enjoys the big land and the games.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I guess we can start weather-wise for the big land. If we take a look at the satellite and radar, you can see cloud cover and snow was moving through all day today, and it's going to continue to do so, and that's because the next weather maker is in. Carolyn mentioned how lovely it was in St. John's. We are starting to see that cloud cover move in thanks to this system, and it's going to be a generally cloudy, at least 24 hours, maybe 36 hours. with this system. It takes its time moving through, but afternoon temperatures were beautiful. You can see 4 degrees for Corner Brook, 6 in Terra Nova this afternoon if you missed that a little bit earlier. Otherwise, up through Labrador, hovering around the 0-degree mark for most areas. Nain saw a high near -6 today, Makovic -2. And those winds have shifted now. We're seeing them pick up. It's been quite light as far as winds go for this past week or so, but starting to see those southerly winds. Wreck House area starting to pick up as well. Sustained winds near 50 kilometers per hour. We are looking at winds picking up even more so as we head through the night tonight. So a Wreck House wind warning is in place with 100 kilometer per hour gusts expected. Otherwise, we've got rainfall warnings right through to the southern portion of the Avalon as well. And we're already starting to see that snow move in, or at least some scattered snow move in. As those temperatures continue, we're going to see potentially they're going to drop a little bit, and then we're going to see that potentially start off as freezing rain along the west coast with that heavy rain pushing in tonight and spreading east. The big rain moves in tomorrow afternoon. So taking a look at the temperatures overnight, should be sitting around 4 degrees, single digits by the time the morning rolls around. Again, we're going to see a little bit of a dip in those temperatures and then pick right back up. Should reach about 2 degrees by morning for Marystown. St. John's will hover around -1. You won't see your temperature rise until the afternoon tomorrow. But again, those southwest winds picking up tonight somewhere between 30 to 50 kilometers per hour. Temperature near 2 degrees for St. Anthony, again, by the time the morning rolls around. So we're going to see that snow transition through to freezing rain and rain through the day tomorrow. For Labrador, Lab City sitting at 2 degrees by morning again. So that snow changing over to showers tomorrow morning. South winds switching to southwesterlies. And then Happy Valley-Goose Bay going to see the same thing. Now here's that bigger push of warm air with that rain as well, which is why those rainfall warnings are in place for the south coast. We're going to see that spread right across the island through the day tomorrow, with more snow moving up through Labrador. Lab City could pick up about 5 to 10 more centimeters through the day tomorrow. And then we start to get into that southwesterly flow, which means things should change over to snow through the afternoon. So here's a look at your rainfall forecast. The most will be for the Burgeo-Ramia area. Between 40 to 50 plus millimeters of rain tomorrow, but temperatures overall are going to be sitting in the single digits tomorrow. Windy conditions as well, so gusting upwards between 70 and 80 kilometers per hour right across the board. Temperatures again between 5 and 6 degrees through the day, up through even up through the Straits as well. Mary's Harbour 4 degrees, and then in through Labrador as well. Lab City is actually going to see that temperature drop, but then climb to 6 degrees for Happy Valley-Goose Bay as your daytime high. So let's look at your forecast for tomorrow. We'll look ahead to Sunday's forecast when I come back in a little bit. Carolyn?
Thanks, Ashley. Well, lots of political news this week, Anthony.
Yeah.
The NDP internal strife, and now the bills have come in for the so-called bullying scandal.
Yeah, that's true, Karen. It was certainly a busy week in politics, a busy week for Here and Now and everybody else in Newfoundland in politics. A lot of people say you can't put a price on justice, but as many of us know, actually you can. So let's recap the bills from the alleged victims as well as the accused. Now, PC Tracy Perry, over 12 grand. And then on the Liberal side, Pam Parsons, $2,000. Cabinet Minister Sherry Gambin-Walsh, $14,500. And then the accused cabinet ministers, Dale Kirby, $26,000. And Eddie Joyce, somewhere around $50,000, maybe a bit lower. So let's call it $46,000. The total, about $100,000. And there were other lawyers to pay, heavy hitters from Toronto, the firm Rubin Tomlinson, who found neither Joyce nor Kirby guilty of any bullying or harassment. And that was $50,000. The bill's still coming in. Premier Dwight Ball suggested that firm to Bruce Chalk, the man in charge of the investigations. Lots of lawyers, lots of bills. The Premier also said that he advised MHAs to seek legal counsel. Unclear if he knew, though, that the government would end up picking up the tab. So, at a closed-door meeting, members from each party agreed to pay all of the MHA's legal costs. Dale Kirby, former education minister, says taxpayers should not be on the hook for all of this.
We've already seen Dwight Ball sit idly by while his MHAs weaponized this whole business of false allegations, to use this as a weapon to beat us over the head with. This sets a terrible precedent on top of that they would more or less reward these individuals for their bad behavior. So I just can't, I hope taxpayers are good and goddamn angry about this, because they should be.
So that's the context for this expensive process that nobody's satisfied with, and there are new developments. Here now is Katie Breen joins me. So Katie, what else has happened?
Well, today Justice Minister Andrew Parsons confirmed that his department cleared some of Eddie Joyce's fees before Kirby and the complainants knew their bills were being taken care of. You'll remember that Joyce talked about this yesterday. Most of the fees were covered by the Management Commission, but Joyce went straight to the Justice Department. I asked Parsons today about how that unfolded.
I look back at it now, and I mean, we know what we know, but at the time, you look at the process, there wasn't much of a process. There was no idea, like, how does this all work?
Minister Andrew Parsons says he was hands-off in the decision. It was put to his department, and he stopped thinking about it. In the past, he said, other politicians have gone through justice for their legal fees, so he said this is not him playing favorites with Joyce.
You know what? I'm friends with Dale Kirby, too. Friends with Sherry Gamma-Walsh, friends with Pam Parsons. This is about, colleagues of mine. Every one of them was in my caucus, and I worked with them. I'm still in cabinet with Sherry Gamma-Walsh. At the end of the day, nobody's been treated specially or different. Everybody, the costs have been covered by everybody. It just so happened that Mr. Joyce, Eddie, happened to be the first one involved in this process.
Parsons says there's now a policy in the works, so he says if this does happen again, there will be a game plan, and MHAs will know whether they should go to him or the bipartisan group that decides how money should be spent in the House.
All right, here now is Katie Breen. I think we're going to be busy again next week at the House of Assembly. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
It was a message of hope. It was a message of unity, and it was a message of faith.
The local Muslim community in St. John's gathers to reflect on the mass shooting in New Zealand in the last 24 hours. Up next, we'll hear what their leaders are saying today.
Welcome back to Here and Now. Now to a horrific story in international news. At least 49 people are dead, another 48 wounded after a gunman opened fire on 2 mosques during Friday prayers. New Zealand's Prime Minister isn't mincing any words in condemning the attack.
It is clear that this can now only be described as a terrorist attack.
Now, 1 man has been arrested and charged with murder. 2 other people are in custody. Authorities say it was a carefully planned attack. The gunman live streamed some of the killings, denouncing the victims as invaders. It is the worst ever mass killing in New Zealand history. Well, here at home, the Muslim community in St. John's came together today to grieve the loss of those 49 people who were killed today in New Zealand. And Carolyn went to a special sermon to mark that massacre on the other side of the world.
We cannot and should not lose hope or despair as Muslims. They are in shock. They are going through a mixed feeling of sadness, anger, despair. Why did it happen? Why did it happen in a place of worship? And it is difficult to answer these questions. In our time, it happens in the middle of the night. We had no time even to brief our children what has happened and how they should cope with this.
How do you explain this to children?
We try to show the positive side of this tragedy to our children, that since morning we have received outpouring of messages of support, and that is what we try to instill in our children, that there are good people, there are civilized people who always stand with us, feet to feet and shoulder to shoulder during any crisis.
And people did come by today with some flowers.
And as you saw, that people came, they put flowers, nobody was here. People put message of support at the door of the mosque. This is what we are proud to call ourselves Canadians, and we are prouder to call ourselves Canadian Muslims because we are part of the society.
During your sermon, you said that you can't help but think that this could have been your mosque.
And this is what worries and disturbs our children, that this could be my mosque. So what? And the only message we can, the only reassurance we can give them, that we have adequate security measures in place. We have camera systems. We have the system inside where we can segregate the prayer areas both for gents as well as for ladies. And we have put these bulletproof glasses all over the mosque. Yeah. So we have taken number of measures. We have invested more than $100,000 during last 2 years to enhance the security of the mosque.
Do you feel safe?
We feel safe relatively. I mean that, but again, there is nothing like kind of 100% safe. We don't live in a perfect world.
And I noticed that some police officers are here today. Did they just show up?
They showed up out of their own courtesy, and we appreciate that. And just to reassure us that we are here to protect you. We are here to stand with you, and we share your grief.
Newfoundland and Labrador isn't New Zealand, but there are some similarities between the two places. There's relatively low gun violence. Racial tensions are low here and in New Zealand. Have you thought about that? That if it could happen in New Zealand, could it happen here?
As Prime Minister of New Zealand said, it is the darkest day in the history of New Zealand. I don't think any civilized individual could have ever imagined this will happen in a country which calls itself champion of democracy, champion of human rights, champion of civil liberty. But they cannot control each and every individual. These type of tragic incidents are beyond anybody's imagination.
And while Canada's threat level remains at medium after the shooting in New Zealand, Public Safety Minister Ralph Goodale is reassuring Canadians extremism is not being taken lightly.
We'll be working closely with police and of local jurisdiction across the country to ensure proper public safety.
Police have stepped up security at many Canadian mosques as they hold their own Friday prayer services. And the flag on Parliament Hill has been lowered to half-mast in mourning. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has issued a statement condemning the attacks. She's a world-renowned cellist.
And he's an award-winning trumpet player, and now they're making music.
And a life for themselves in Newfoundland. That story is coming up. Welcome back to Here and Now. Well, as teenagers, a mutual love of music brought them together, and now, after 35 years apart, they have a second chance to make music and a life together.
And Mike Harriott is an award-winning trumpet player, and his partner, Ofra Harnoy, a world-renowned cellist. The St. John's Morning Show's Fred Hutton met up with the pair at their home to hear all about their musical love story.
How did you guys meet?
Oh, that's the million-dollar question. We actually met in 1982 in Toronto. My brother was doing a concert with the Toronto Symphony, and
I was 17. He was 16. Yeah.
And she and I met at the little get-together before the concert, and immediately got along like a house on fire.
He had to come back to St. John's, and we wrote letters for many, many months, like love letters, and he was going to come study at U of T for a while, and we had all these plans, and then.
But what happened?
Something got in the way.
Yeah, someone kind of
interfered.
sabotaged our relationship,
and so,
with lies on both sides. So
yeah, it was pretty
sad.
Pretty dark.
Yeah.
So we lost contact with each other for about roughly 35 years,
Yeah.
and then we re-encountered each other the summer of 2017.
So we said, oh, we'll just meet for lunch. You know, we both kind of moved on with our lives. But during that lunch, it was like the glass shattered because we realized what had happened.
Yeah.
And from that moment onwards, we basically decided we needed to
Yeah, we could
be
not
together and make up for the 35 years. I mean, we you know, we both have, each of us has 2 amazing children, and we're very happy about that. And but now we get a chance to
do it again, or to do it properly.
Yeah, and we haven't been apart for one day. We're trying to organize all our tours, all our recordings, so that we can just be doing everything together. And I had my big comeback concert November 17th, and we played together on stage for the first time, and it was magic. Fun. Everyone that saw us together said, you know, the chemistry that you have. 'Cause I mean, finding a musician that feels and thinks and breathes the same way as you is so rare. So when we were putting together the program, at first he was going to come as a guest for one piece, and then as I'm preparing, going, well, why don't you come on this piece too? Because I think it would have a great place for a trumpet or for a flugelhorn or piccolo trumpet or something. And it ended up that he played in.
But most of the second half of the show, I was
refused to leave.
Exactly.
Waited 35 years.
You had to call security to haul me off.
We're coming up with programs for a tour this fall, which will kind of be a mixed bag of stuff that's in our upcoming. We have a couple of recordings coming up.
Yeah, the first album is going to be all Baroque music, and it's going to be kind of interesting settings.
Yeah, I've come up with some very unusual ideas for old Baroque classics. Kind of came to me in the middle of the night. We gotta do this. So yeah, there's a lot of exciting things on that album, which I won't ruin that surprise. But
and then our second album is going to be the Newfoundland Songbook.
Yeah.
So we're actually going to do a bunch of.
There's some beautiful.
We're going to be digging around to find some of the. You know, not so much the jigs and reels, but a lot of the ballads and
yeah, we already played an arrangement together of the.
We did our wedding invitation. We did a little video. We sent it out to everybody, and the audio track was us playing "Let Me Fish Off Cape St. Mary's." So it's
he wrote an arrangement. It's so beautiful.
Her with a brass ensemble accompaniment that I recorded here in the studio.
When is that travel cello arriving? I'm really curious to try it. I've always wanted to come visit Newfoundland, and when we got together, it seemed like an obvious thing. I really want to come and see what it's like. And so in August, we came here for a vacation, and I was blown away. I mean, the people are just a whole different level of nice, and the stress level is not, you know, what I experienced in Toronto. The level of culture, I mean, I was going to concerts, every single type of concert, and the level of musicianship was so high. Food, which is one of my big loves, the restaurants here are crazy. I mean, they're world class. And I was thinking, this is just the most incredible place. I want to live here. We started looking at homes, and this is our oasis. This is where we like to be.
Nice story.
It's romantic.
Yeah, welcome. Hope you stick around for a while.
Yeah. Well, from musicians to mechanics, it's happened to many of us, and usually at the worst time, you go to start the car and nothing happens.
Yeah, but don't fear, your battery issue may not be terminal. The problem could lie in the connection. Don't understand? Well, luckily, mechanic Kelly Denine has just the solution.
Sometimes when your car won't start, it might not necessarily be a dead battery. Sometimes you might have rusty or corroded battery terminals that just need to be cleaned up. Before you start cleaning your battery terminals, it's important that you disconnect them from your battery for safety's sake. Use a 10mm wrench to loosen these nuts and then remove it from the battery terminal. Next, we're going to use some sandpaper to clean the terminal. Just use it to gently remove any rust and debris that might be on the inside or the outside of the terminal. Reconnect your battery cable and tighten up your nuts. Next, we're going to use some rust proofing. You can use rust check or fluid film, which is really good for contact points on electrical systems. Spray it all over your battery terminals to prevent rust.
This weather update is brought to you by Beltone, helping the world hear better.
Okay, so Saturday is looking wet and windy. What about Sunday?
Sunday, we start to see the temperatures dip for parts of, well, essentially everywhere. If we take a look at the future tracker, we're going to see that onshore flow, and because of that, we're going to chance to see the flurries through the afternoon on Sunday. Otherwise, the rain will move out for most of eastern Newfoundland. Up through Labrador, a little bit of a system affecting mainly northern Labrador, but those winds are going to pick up as well, so we could see some snow and blowing snow through the afternoon on Sunday, and then that moves towards, or rather further south along the coast through the afternoon towards the early morning hours on Monday. So here's a look at your temperatures. I mentioned cooling down, so down to the minus single digits right across the west coast. Same for Grand Falls, Windsor. Towards the Avalon, we're looking at temperatures hovering around the 1 degree mark through the afternoon. Otherwise, up through Lab City, sitting around minus 10 with that potential for some flurries. And again, snow and blowing snow, the story up through Nain. Minus 2 will be your afternoon high. Happy Valley-Goose Bay sitting at minus 6 and Cartwright at 1 degree through the day on Sunday. So overall, once we get that rain out of the way, not too bad, and shouldn't see anything in the way of accumulation other than up through Nain. And then for Sunday overnight, there's that low moving away. We're going to see that cold front move in behind it, and with that drop in temperature. So it's going to continue to be probably cloudy along the west coast with that potential for onshore flurries through the day. Otherwise, a mix of sun and cloud for the most part for the rest of the island, and then we'll start to see things clear out for Labrador as well. And then into Tuesday, we're going to continue to see that potential for a few flurries. Otherwise, it's generally a mix of sun and cloud. So we get back into another quiet period, it looks like, through the first half of next week, with some more snow moving in as we head towards Monday, but that will mainly only be for up through Labrador. Otherwise, mix of sun and cloud through the day. So here's a look at the forecast over the next 5 days for St. John's and eastern Newfoundland. That wind for tomorrow, again, southwest winds, 50 gusting upwards at 80 kilometers per hour at times through the afternoon, with that rain through the day. You can see that temperature is actually going to climb as we head towards the evening hours. Sunday hovering around 1 degree with breezy winds continuing, showers in the first half of the day and then clearing, and then there's that drop in temperature. So back down to the minus single digits, but sunshine it looks like for both Tuesday and Wednesday. For central Newfoundland, 6 degrees tomorrow. There's that dip in temperatures. Overnight lows back into the minus teens, but overall mix of sun and cloud with that chance of scattered flurries right through Tuesday, Wednesday. Looks like plenty of sunshine as of now. And then western Newfoundland generally gray right through Tuesday. Those winds tomorrow morning are actually going to ease slightly to about 40 kilometers per hour through the afternoon on Saturday, and then sunshine through the day on Wednesday. For eastern Labrador, you're going to see that rain change over to snow as those temperatures dip down to minus 8 tomorrow night, and then Sunday looking at those temperatures, well, generally across the board looking in the minus single digits. Tuesday sunshine, and Wednesday the potential for flurries. So certainly already looks like a good forecast for the Labrador games. And then in through western Labrador, we're looking at about 5 to 10 centimeters tomorrow, in addition to what fell today. Minus 3, dipping down into the minus double digits for Tuesday, and then another warm up for midweek next week. So that's a look at your forecast. I'll have your weather photo coming up.
Well, now back to the top story tonight, the first-degree murder conviction of Trent Butt for the death of his daughter, Quinn.
After the jury delivered its verdict, the mother of Quinn Butt, Andrea Goss, spoke with reporters outside the courthouse.
Felt like it took forever, but we got justice for Quinn. And now we'll work to protect other children and make changes in honor of her. Thank you.
Andrea, what made you feel today?
Oh my God. I can't explain it. I have never felt this type of emotion in my life. But this is what he chose to do to our life instead of co-parenting. And it's just not worth it. Melissa? We were just happy that
that it went this way, that the verdict was first degree, and we're really thankful for all the support.
I feel like since I left her, I've been fighting with the system for 3 years, and this is the first time anything has gone Quinn and I's way. And that's it, thank you.
Why is it important to have first degree murder convictions to leave?
Because that's
There's
what it
so
was.
much more to this, and he has gotten away with so much with the court system, with everything. And if anything other than first would have came out, it would have just been another punch in the stomach. And it's for Queen.
Andrea, what do you and your family do now today, this afternoon, this evening, when you walk away from here?
We will just all go to my house and cry and call people and
Celebrate.
a lot of tears, but anything to do with Queen, we try and celebrate something. Something.
Do you feel a sense of closure here today now?
I don't know if it's closure. Closure won't happen yet, I don't think, but a relief for that part to be gone.
Hey, Chrissy. Hey, you ready to go for our big night out? What's going on? I thought we were going out.
It's freezing out.
It's winter. Come on, aren't you ready? We talked about this. I've got dinner reservations, tickets to the show. It's time to go. Come on, let's get the stink of Howse off you.
All right, bye.
Tune in to the St. John's Morning Show to win restaurant vouchers, tickets, and other things that'll force you to leave the house.
Come on, we're going to be late, Chrissy.
Nice out.
Yes, come on, I got to get the stink of Howse off you.
Chrissy Holmes eat the chip without hands. Like, she doesn't even use her hands.
I love when she just crunches the chip.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's Friday.
Yeah, and that means it's time to find out who's celebrating birthdays and anniversaries. Happy 50th anniversary greetings to Freeman and Glenda Call in Anglee, who celebrated on March 7th. Happy 50th anniversary to Gordon and Thelma Barnes in Hillgarde. Happy 59th wedding anniversary to Solomon and Beatrice Hurley in Comfort Cove-Newstead. Happy 56th wedding anniversary going out to Pat and Loretta Healey of Holyrood, celebrating on St. Patrick's Day. Happy anniversary to Mike and Mercedes Rodgers of Torbay.
William and Glenys Mouland celebrate their 50th wedding anniversary today. And a happy 90th birthday to Bramwell Clark in Lewisport. He celebrates next Tuesday, March the 19th. And a happy 90th birthday tomorrow to Roger Howse. Mary Sheila Flynn in Clark's Beach celebrated a biggie. She turned 101 on Tuesday. And another 101st birthday, this time for Verena Trask in Stephenville Crossing. She's originally from Sandy Point. Congratulations.
Happy 90th birthday to Sister Maureen Whelan, celebrating today. She's originally from Conch. Birthday greetings going out to Leah Tulk of Ladle Cove, now residing in Gander. She celebrated her 90th birthday on March 13th. Eric and May Patey in St. Anthony Bight had their 53rd wedding anniversary on Monday. Congratulations. Wishing Reg and Ina Hayward of Musgrave Harbour a happy 56th wedding anniversary today. Happy 64th wedding anniversary this past Tuesday to Claude and Margaret Follett in Grand Bank.
A happy 55th anniversary to Garfield and Lily Bessie in Happy Valley-Goose Bay, who celebrated on the 12th. And a happy 50th anniversary to Sydney and Sandra Payne from Kings Point. And a happy 50th anniversary tomorrow to Augustus and Laverna Laquant in Three Rock Cove. That's tomorrow, March 16th. And Bill and Thelma Dolomont will celebrate their 63rd wedding anniversary this Sunday. And a happy 57th wedding anniversary to Bob and Maud Cornell, now in Burlington, Ontario. They celebrate on Sunday.
Oh, that's a lovely picture there.
Yeah, I like some of the ones that were taken back in the day.
I like the then and now
The side by sides,
pictures.
yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, so time to see the viewer photo.
We're going to take a look at our weather photo of the day today. It's a beautiful sunset photo. Any idea where that's taken? Somewhere on the west coast.
Oh, geez, I wasn't thinking of that.
No?
Yep.
Nope.
No idea.
River, Humber Valley?
No, it was taken in Corner Brook, actually.
Oh, that's close enough.
Yeah, it was a beautiful shot. The sunsets are...
Oh, okay, I can see where it's from now. Yep.
Yeah, Dennis Dre sent us this
Apologies,
photo.
Corner Brook viewers.
Yes. Is that the mill over on the left-hand side there? Is that the smoke from... Oh,
I can't tell.
I can't tell.
It's too far away for us.
Yeah, exactly. The eyes don't see the way they used to see.
No, they don't. Yeah, well, if you have any weather photos from the weekend, send them to nlphotos@cbc.ca, and you'll be doing them next week, but
Yeah, because you are going to be going to Labrador.
in Labrador.
Yeah,
I'm
so
very excited about it.
Do tell, what's on the agenda?
Well, we leave Sunday, so I will be at the opening ceremonies, and then just through the day, we're going to be doing live hits from the show, or for the show rather, from some of the events, which should be exciting. Going to hopefully take part in some of the stuff.
Such
which will also
as?
be, I don't know, maybe we'll try snowshoeing and
snowshoeing.
target practice or target shooting, and yeah, we'll see what else is going to happen.
Okay, so
I'm
you're very
excited.
You're going to be firing a weapon.
Well, maybe. I don't know.
Let's make sure the cameras are there, because I want to see how many targets you shoot.
That's true. I mean,
right.
I've never done this before. This might be interesting,
Listen,
or maybe I'm really good at it. Who knows?
We'll miss you, but look forward to seeing Ashley next week in Labrador.
Yeah.
So listen, the weekend's here. Have a very, very safe St. Patrick's Day. We'll see you on Monday.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.